first sort of cooking videos that I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be doing a tomahawk steak today. It's the 4th of July, so I'm not sure what date this video will be out, but today it is Tuesday the 4th. We are going to be doing a tomahawk steak over mushrooms and onions, garlic butter, all that good stuff. We're going to show you the prep, the process, the times, and all of that stuff. Bear with me. This again is my first sort of full-length cooking video, so to speak. So I'll be trying to give you guys everything that I put into the process. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Apologies for the shaky video. I just started recording these on my phone. So we've got the grill going. We got the chimney going. If you aren't sure what that's all about, I just released a video earlier today, which would be a few days ago when you're watching this, about how to start a charcoal grill properly, and that is with a chimney and starter blocks. But I did a video on that. That's what that looks like. And this is in my new Char Griller Professional grill, which I also did a quick review and rundown on earlier this week. So take a look at that if you missed it. If you're interested in what I'm cooking on, this is literally brand new. I've used it once now. It's been seasoned. And that's it. So now we're going to go inside. We're going to get the prep work started. I'm going to show you what all is going to go into this and how we get it ready to go. But yeah, I'll see you here in a few minutes when I go inside. All right, so now we're in the kitchen getting ready to prep everything for the grill. So we are going to do sauteed mushrooms and onions in garlic butter. So here's our garlic, our salt, pepper, our onions, butter, and a cast iron skillet. That'll come into play. This is almost all going to be done out on the grill. Of course, our necessary ingredient, you cannot grill without a beverage. And then we've got our steak right there. It's like, I don't know, it's about a 4-inch, 3.5, 4-inch thick tomahawk. And the seasoning that goes on it. That's really all that you need. So I'm going to get to cutting up that onion, throw that all in the cast iron with that butter, salt, pepper, and garlic. We are going to dash, and yes, I cheat. I use a steak seasoning. It's okay. You can use salt, pepper, garlic powder. It's just faster that way. A1 and Worcestershire pretty much goes on all my steaks and burgers. I'm going to dash that all over the tomahawk. And then we're going to take it out to the grill here in just a little bit, and I'll show you how we get that started and that process there. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. All right, so we're back out at the grill because the coals were ready, and there was something I forgot to mention. And again, I apologize for the shaky video. I am looking at better equipment, but this is how indie filmmaking, indie documenting is how it starts, you know. Low quality videos, and hopefully informative enough that you guys don't mind. So anyway, we're back out at the grill, and the coals were ready. So you'll see there are some black coals in there, and there was something I forgot to mention when I initially made the chimney of coals when I started the grill. So when you start your grill, when you start your chimney, a full chimney of coals, depending on the size, most standard chimneys, the coals are going to last about 35-40 minutes, maybe 45 tops if you've got a good temp in them. But I need about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. So I dumped the coals and I put on some more. That's why you see some black coals that aren't white in there. Obviously, you want your coals all white before you dump them in. So I'm going to give this a little time to cook. Also, something to mention, if you guys watched my review of this particular grill, I said I liked that the coal basket, the coal shelf, whatever, was more metal, because on my old one the wires were rusting through and falling apart. So I liked that there was more metal here, but I was worried that the ashes would obviously not fall through as easily, and that's true. When I'm done cooking or when I start a new cooking in this grill, which I've done a couple times today now, I do have to use my broom, which I have a little handheld broom. I'll show you here in a second. I use my broom to brush the ashes through those holes there in the grill, which is a minor inconvenience, hopefully for longevity of the actual coal platform where the coals go into. Now, like I said, there's my broom. I have just get yourself a little handheld, broom. That's all I got. I use that in the fireplace, in my fire pit, and in my grill. It's a versatile little handheld broom. Better than nylon bristles, won't melt, lasts longer. That's what you want right there. And this right here is what we're going to use to put these bad boys, my old grill didn't come with this, which is nice. So these go back on here. That's a little hot and a little smoky. Again, apologies for the shaky video. So what we're going to do, we've got the coals on there, and we have got the extra coals on to start getting fired, and they're already starting to turn white on the bottom. You can see right there. I'm going to shut this, leave it for about 5 minutes to let those grates get hot. I want those grates super hot, and then I'm going to go over them again real quick with foil to just scrape off anything that might be left over, and then we're going to get started. Sorry about the neighbors with their motorcycles, but that's what you heard going by. That's how you know this is real and live. Well, not live, but no editing tricks. This is me and my grill and my steak. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty, we're back out at the grill, and we've got the Tomahawk on. We've got the cast iron with the mushrooms, onions, garlic, salt, pepper, and butter on. That's going to come into play in a minute. So something about Tomahawks is you can't cook those like a normal steak. They're too thick. If you want those medium rare, you've got to basically, what we're going to do is we're going to sear them. We're going to sear it about 5 minutes on each side. We want to get it nice and sort of crispy, caramelized exterior, and then we're going to put it in here off the direct heat. As you can see, we're only over the partial coals over here, and we're going to, in a sense, we're going to bake it for roughly 35 to 40 minutes. We're going to check the temperature. 125, 135 is where we want to be. So we will do that. But right now, I put that on, and I'm going to grab my grill tongs here. Now, normally for steak, I use a steak hook, which I'll put a link to a steak hook in the video description. If you've never used a steak hook, you want to use a steak hook. This steak is too heavy for a steak hook, though, so we want to use tongs. It's just going to be easier that way. So we're going to get that nice and seared on one side. Now, we don't want to cook it through, obviously. We can't cook it through. If you tried to cook this over direct heat as thick as it is, you would absolutely ruin it. It would either come out not done enough and it would be black on the outside, or it'd be so tough and gross that it just wouldn't be edible. Now remember, click your tongs 3 times, because that's what the ancients said. You always do that. Always click your tongs 3 times. You never skip that step. If you skip that step, you're going to regret it, I promise. So that side still needs some time. We're going to give it a couple more minutes while I talk about, I don't know, this nice grill that I got. So we are probably going to have to add coals. The nice thing about a grill like this, because it's open like this, and all these grates are covered, I can't add coals to the top, obviously. So this door on the front's really nice. I can actually open this door, as you can see, and I can add coals from the outside. Nice improvement over this, over my old one, is the handle is plastic. on the old one, the handle was actually a part of the door. So I had to use my gloves, which I have right there. I had to use my gloves to open the door, which is not a huge deal. But it's just one little safety feature, so to speak, of this grill, an improvement over the old one that I have. So far, I have used the warming rack. I used it today when I made hot dogs. So that's a nice added feature. I think my old one came with it. I just didn't install it. This one I actually installed and I've been using it. It's been kind of nice. Bottle opener there. I did add these S hooks from my old grill because I wanted some hooks on the front for my tools. So my tongs are actually going to hang on this one. But it also came with some side hooks here where I hang some of my other tools, like my broom that I need and my rack lever, I don't know what you call that thing, little hooky deal to get the racks off. So it's been a couple, 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. Look how beautiful that is. That's what you want. You just want it seared a little bit. You don't want it blackened. You want to get it seared. And I'm going to do that on all sides, both sides, and along the edge here, along this side. This is bone, so we don't need to do this side, but we're going to do all this. Once that's seared, so about 5 minutes aside, then it's going to go in here. And it's going to cook for about, like I said, 35-40 minutes, depending on your temperature. I like it medium rare, so we're going to be shooting for about 125, 135, I think. If I remember right, I'm going to have to go look that up at home. But look up your steak temperature. If you like it rare, it's going to be different. If you like it well done, it's going to be different. So look that up, and you're going to put a thermometer in there, you know, about 30 minutes in and start tracking that temperature. But it's going to take a little while once we get it in here. These are going to cook down nice and soft, get all sauteed and garlicky, and basically, sorry for the banging, basically this is going to get sort of seasoned and flavored with the garlic butter, and these are going to get flavored with the drippings out of that tomahawk. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sear them, pop that in there, let it cook for a little while until it's done, and then we'll be back when it's done. I'll show you the cutting and how it comes out. Hopefully it comes out good. We'll see. This is only my third tomahawk. We'll see. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Alright, I wanted to give you a quick update. The Tomahawk has been in the cast iron now for 35-40 minutes or so, and it was at about 120. So I pulled it out and I actually cooked this side first, threw it on for about 5 minutes on that side, and I just flipped it because we want to get to an internal temp of about 130. So if you don't have an instant read thermometer, you want to get you one. Digital thermometer, instant read. However, you definitely, if you're grilling and you do not have an instant read meat thermometer, you definitely need one. Alright, so we're sitting at about 120, 123, we're climbing 125. So this steak is going to be ready in about 5 minutes, which I just flipped it, so 5 minutes is good. It's going to sear that side. Then we're going to take it inside, and we are going to cut this thing. I did add coals once. I added about 10 coals to the rack a little bit ago. Ooh, that's hot. Woo, that was a little warm. Be careful. Grill gloves, boys and girls. These are my makeshift. Oh, sorry, hand in the way. These are my makeshift grill gloves. They're actually my old work gloves. Tell you what, good leather work gloves, after they've got some holes in them and you've replaced them, they make great grill gloves. So yeah, we're going to leave this on for another 4 or 5 minutes or so. It's going to be about the right temp, and then we're going to take it inside and we're going to cut it. So I will see you inside at the butcher block here in just a few minutes. Alright, so we're back in the kitchen. The steak has been on for about 40 minutes, sauteing in the mushrooms and onions. And I did throw it back on the grill, like I said, for a little bit to sear again, because the temperature wasn't moving as fast as I wanted. So we are going to now cut it off the bone and then slice the steak. So when you're cutting this, you want to cross cut. So cut against the grain, which would be across the narrow side here. And as you can see, we got it a good medium. Not quite as rare as I wanted, but pretty good there on the medium side. So you will just keep slicing that. When you want to serve it, I would just slice it like so and let people pick the doneness they want, because the outside is going to be a little more done than the inside. And you've got the perfect tomahawk steak for your guests right there. So thank you very much. We'll see you all again soon. You have a great one. Much love. Bye.